Hello everyone, today I'm going to be showing us all how to make these beautiful covered buttons from plain simple buttons without the use of the cover button tools. You know those tools that you have to press and hammer on and everything like that. We're going to make the buttons from basic simple buttons. So I got this set of buttons from Joanne. I don't know why I got this much, but I saw lots of buttons. I was like, yay, let me just buy buttons, but none of the buttons match together. So I was like, there's nothing that I want to use it for, until I decided to use it to make cover buttons, right? I think that's a great idea. So I got buttons of the same circumferences. So these two buttons, for example, they are nothing alike, but they have exactly the same circumference. So when I cover them with fabric, nobody will be the wiser. No one will know that they are exactly different buttons or they are completely different buttons. So you need a gum, scissors, middleweight fabric. You can use denim, you can use like scuba, but I wouldn't advise scuba because it doesn't glue well to the button. But you can use a medium weight fabric like this ounce 2 fabric or a denim fabric for your buttons. So the first thing I'm going to do is to draw out a circle that is the exact circumference of my button. Then I'm going to cut that one right out like so. The reason I'm making this button is because I have this ounce jacket, this beautiful ounce jacket that I want to make nice Adire print buttons for. And it's not like I can get the Adire print button outside. So that is why I decided that, I'm going to make my buttons by myself and put it on my beautiful jacket. Don't worry, I'm going to show you what the jacket looks like. I'm going to give you a sneak peek. I'm taking this jacket to New York for the Small Boutique Fashion Week New York next week. Oh, actually it's this week now. All right, so before I distract myself, I'm going to put glue on my medium weight fabric and just a little bit of glue to be able to hold the button in place. The nozzle of my glue is not doing great, so I have to do it the old school way and dab from the bottle itself. Okay, so after doing that, I just put the middleweight fabric on my button like so, and it's just to keep the button in place and to make sure that nothing is misbehaving. You understand what I mean? Nothing is misbehaving. Okay, so then you need a bigger circle of your cover fabric. Whatever cover fabric you're using, you need a bigger circle that is way bigger, or just way bigger than the small button. So like about 1 inch wider all around than your small button. So, and it happens that my glue bottle was useful in that area. It is not completely useful in bringing out glue for me, but at least it's useful to draw a bigger circle. So now I'm cutting out my bigger circle as you see me do, and then I'm going to put my button right on top of the bigger circle. So I'm going to also glue it down just to make sure that everything stays in place. You don't necessarily have to glue it down, but just so that the button doesn't keep moving while you are sewing, or while you are trying to get everybody together or all the buttons together. That's the reason why I am gluing it together. So now you have your button, your middleweight fabric, and the cover fabric that you're going to use. Now I'm going to just take my needle and thread and run stitches round about my big circle. I'm just going to run stitches round about my big circle. Now, as I was saying about the New York Fashion Week thing, I'm thinking of blogging my trip to New York. If you want to see the vlog, I would like a comment in the comment section. I want to know the people that are for me and the people that are against me. So I'm going to note down the people that actually want to see my vlog of my trip to New York, the fashion show, the glams and the glitz, and if I have any photo shoots, I'm going to show you guys. Who is excited like I am? Because I know I'm excited. But that's enough about the New York Fashion Week. I'm not going to talk about it again. Now, moving on, I have finished running my stitches through the button, and then after doing that, you see that the button is already formed with that running stitch. The gum makes it to stay very well. The gum makes everything just behave itself, and that's the reason why I advise using gum. Now I'm just going to run my thread through it, tie the chukuli part. You see the chukuli part that is left from the fabric, tie it around about with the thread. you should like round your thread around that part at least maybe 3 to 4 times. I don't have enough thread to do that. By thread, I ran out of thread, so round about it like 3 4 times, and then create a knot and knot it, like knot the thread like 2 3 times. So my thread was not enough to show all these protocols, but uh I know how I will do it. I know how I'll manage myself. But for you to do it, make sure you put the thread round about it about 4 times and then run 2 knots through it to make sure that it is firm. So I'm showing you what the former button looks like, and the chocolate part on this our new button is representing this other part of a normal button. So you know that that's the part you're going to sew down on your fabric. I think that goes without saying, but I just wanted to expatiate and make sure that everybody is on the same page. Now I'm going to show you what the jacket looks like before I show you how to actually put the buttons on the jacket. I promised to show you what the jacket looked like, right? So I'm just showing you what it looks like so you can get a little preview of a part of my winter collection before everybody else sees it in New York. So see it, feel it, you're feeling it now. Now. Okay, let's go back to the tutorial. So I finally pulled off the jacket, kicking and screaming. I didn't want to pull it off, but you know, I did. All right, so I'm just gonna pass my needle through my button like so, and then I'm gonna pass it through my fabric on the jacket like that as well, and then I'm just going to keep looping it in and out like that. Now there are different like there's a technique to it, because you want to make sure that the chocolate part is not obvious to anybody. So you have to make sure you're passing the needle through the part of the button that is very close to the top of the button, like that, very close to the top of the button, because you want your button to stay flat on it. Like, you see what I'm doing, so that that side doesn't show at all. The inside or the underside that it doesn't look too fine does not show at all. So it's like we are trying to make sure we cover our behinds with this button. Like, no one will check what the under of your button looks like, but you want to make sure that if, in case any very curious, inquisitive person decides to check your button, there is nothing there to see and everything is laying flat. So you see that on this side the choking part is still showing. So I'm just going to bring out my thread to very close to the edge of my button and then loop it into my fabric, and then I'm going to repeat that like 2-3 times to make sure that that side is also very close and flat to my fabric, so the under part does not show the technology for self-reliance that we did. I'm a Futurian, that is why I just slipped that in. I don't know where that came from. Okay, so after looping the thread in a couple more times and you are sure of the firmness of your button, then you can then create a knot and then stop sewing with your button. But you have to be very sure that that thing is very firm. So I'm just creating my loop. That's the first loop, and this is the second loop that I'm making to make sure that my button is remaining firm or remains firm on my jacket. So you see it is all done and it looks really beautiful. So thank you very much for watching my tutorial, and if you want to see the vlog, please leave a comment in the comment section. I hope New York is mostly great. I hope it's just the ups and there are no downs, and I hope the journey goes great and you guys get to see it. If you love this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up, like, share, and let me know what you think in the comment section. Bye. Thank you. See ya.